What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be kind of addressing a little bit of a rumor going around right now about doing a Deshaun Watson Minnesota Vikings rebuild today. So as we all know, the Minnesota Vikings have officially hired their brand new head coach with Connell, and with that, obviously this Vikings team has been trying to contend for quite some time. They brought in Kirk Cousins a few years ago or whatever it was. It's never really worked out. It never really turned to anything. So there's been some recent ramblings and rumors about potentially Minnesota being interested in bringing in Deshaun Watson. So you have the young head coach and Kevin O'Connell, then you bring in a guy like Deshaun Watson to pair together, and that could be an interesting formula. So today that's what we're doing. We have Deshaun Watson on the Minnesota Vikings. So before we get in this video, guys, if you could leave it a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're new, be greatly appreciated. So Deshaun Watson's officially a Minnesota Viking, at least here in Madden. So basically we traded 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick for him. Obviously only have 3 slots to trade away. Sounds like Houston wants more than that, but that's what we gave up to get him. So we don't have a first-round pick this year, and we don't have a first or a second next year. So that'll definitely be detrimental to our draft pick situation. But we also have Kirk Cousins still on the roster, so we could kind of figure out what we want to do with him. Obviously there's no point of keeping 2 quarterbacks that are going to cost us $90 million. So Kirk is either going to be cut or we're going to trade him away. But the reason why Minnesota could potentially do this is because they're not getting any younger. They have a lot of veterans who are decent now, and it's time to make that move potentially if you can make it happen. Like this team, like I said, when they signed Kirk Cousins, it almost seemed like this team was Super Bowl contenders, and it never really worked out whatsoever. So we're going to try to make it work out this time with Deshaun Watson in the very small window that we have with all these veterans on our defense, of course, and I'm feeling as well. So definitely want to make some big moves today. So first and foremost, I kind of want to see if anyone would have any interest in Kirk Cousins. If I do cut him, I would free up about $35 million. So that's a lot of cap space to free up. But let's first try to trade him before we actually just cut the man. So in this video, we're trading Kirk Cousins to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Steelers get themselves a quarterback. Now, I don't know if Kirk Cousins is worth a 3rd rounder nowadays, but that's what I got for him. Kirk Cousins for a 3rd round draft pick from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers get themselves a quarterback after being Roethlisberger, and of course free him out of our books. So take a look at the offense. Like I said, there's already a lot of good players here. You have Dalvin Cook, obviously, when he's healthy, one of the best running backs in the league. Yeah, Alexander Madison, Justin Jefferson, obviously was a huge Stephon Diggs replacement. Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, and then you got Christian Darrisaw, Cleveland, Grace, Bradbury, and then O'Neal. I don't think that's actually his first name. It's Garrett Bradbury. My apologies. And then Irv Smith Jr. at tight end. And then the defense is where we kind of have a little bit more holes. Obviously, I've got Danielle Hunter, Thompson, Michael Pierce, and Dantzler, and then Harrison Smith and Kendricks. But there's definitely some more we need to address. We need a cornerback pretty badly as well. So we don't have a first-round pick in this year's draft. So free agency is going to be our best friend. We have $70 million, and Deshaun Watson's big cap hit's going to hit next year. So it's pretty important that we use a lot of this money while we can. So we do need a free safety pretty badly. So Marcus Williams at the top of my board makes a lot of sense. To bring in a nice defensive starter that we're definitely going to need. So I'm going to offer Marcus Williams a contract to be probably a really good free safety here in Minnesota. Could definitely use his services. And like I said, we're going to definitely try to bring him in here. That way we have the free safety spot filled out while we can. Because like I said, our cap space situation next year isn't going to be all that great. All right. So I think we're going to offer a little bit more contracts here, and then I'll show you everybody that I have offered, and we'll go from there. So free agency day 1, we've spent quite a bit of money if we're able to get everybody. So we got Marcus Williams, Younghoe Koo, Mike Hughes, Alex Kappa, Kingsley Key, Quan Alexander, and Derek Barnett. So we have, like I said, quite a bit of offers. So let's go ahead and see if we get most of these guys or not. It's going to fill out a lot of our roster here in free agency since we did trade our 1st round pick away. Going to try to use as much money as possible here to try to fill out, a championship team around Deshaun Watson, fill out the defense a little bit. So we got I think we got everybody besides the right guard and Alex Kappa. Okay, so that's fine. We got Barnett, we got Kingsley Key, we got Marcus Williams, Mike Hughes, and then Quan Alexander. So yeah, we actually filled the team out pretty decently. We missed 1 offensive line, which is just fine. So let's go take a look at what the defense is going to look like now. I think I do need to move some players around because obviously we have players playing the same position. But if we take a look at what it looks like right now, offense really didn't change much, obviously. We tried to get a guard, but mostly we focus on getting defensive players. So looking at defensive players, we got Quan Alexander, you got Derek Barnett and Kingsley Keek as some depth on the edge. You got Mike Hughes and of course Dantzler still, and then Marcus Williams. So defense looks much improved. Obviously we still could use a outside linebacker, but for the most part I'm pretty happy about how we did in free agency day 1. Still need a guard and still need an outside linebacker for the most part, and maybe even another corner wouldn't hurt either. So in the draft, 2nd round pick will probably have to be one of those positions. But let's go take a look with our $33 million if there's still anyone else available that we could bring in. I got Gronk, Odell, Devondre Campbell, Richie Incognito. Younghoe Koo has yet to accept my offer as well, I just noticed. So outside linebacker or guard, I don't believe there's a ton of that, obviously. So you got Keanu Neal, which is cool, but is Keanu Neal really the guy I want? Not really sure. And then we got Anthony Barr, who we could bring back technically for 1 year. Obviously, Minnesota Viking knows the system. So, you know what? We'll offer Anthony Barr a 1-year deal to bring him back as one of our linebackers. That's fine. And then I do want to look at corner. So, AJ Boye is one. We got Chris Harris Jr., Rasul Douglas, Kyle Fuller, Steven Nelson. So, honestly, we might get AJ Boye a 1-year deal as well just to improve our cornerback room. Like I said, we're trying to be a championship contender. So, we're going to go ahead and offer AJ Boye a contract as well. And then last but not least, we obviously need a guard, but I'm not really sure if that's still going to be out here. We could go for Richie Incognito and throw him at the right guard, technically. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to go Richie Incognito for 1 year. Sign in some veterans to fill out the rest of these positions. Of course, we'll draft some young players as well to eventually take over. And I think I'm going to be done in free agency. Spent a lot of our money trying to improve the roster. Got Deshaun Watson, and we've put a pretty decent team around him, I think. So here we are in the NFL draft where we have a second-round pick and not a first-round pick, obviously, because we traded it for Deshaun Watson. But I think we've improved the team quite a bit through free agency, which is great. But, of course, we need to make some more selections here. So, honestly, we could really just go best available. It really doesn't matter what we get. So, we can get a corner in Josh Jobe, get a strong safety. We can get a tackle. I mean, there's a lot that we could go here. So, let's go ahead and make sure we get the best available players. So, we have Josh Jobe. Coverage is a question mark. We got B tackle, A or B hit power, A kick return, and C awareness. So I assume the man is fast. He's got A kick return, maybe. Let's go take a look at Kingsley as well. I mean, this is another guy I could use. So C finesse moves. We got B hit power, B injury, and B awareness. All right, so not looking too bad. And then a strong safety, I guess we could take a look at as well. C tackle, A pursuit, C. Okay, who do we want to take here through these first three guys? I don't think I really want to take a tackle, honestly. Trevor Pinion. I mean, is a tackle really what we do here? I don't think so. D pass block, I'm not really looking for that. He's solid, but honestly, I'm thinking of drafting a corner because we definitely could use a corner for the future. I know Minnesota's had the struggles with drafting corners in the past, but I'm going to go ahead and draft Josh Jobe here. He's going to be a normal development. And, okay. Wait, did they just... Oh, wait, we got Josh. I was about to say, my cock expired. I wasn't really paying attention, but okay. We got who we wanted, so that's great. So let's go ahead and make another selection here in the third round. And it looks like we have another third rounder from the Kirk Cousins trade I forgot about. Haskell Garrett, Adam Anderson. So I know both those guys are hidden development players. So I think we'll probably take one of them, to be honest with you. So defensive tackle we actually are pretty good at. But as far as outside linebacker, we could actually use a star development linebacker. So I'm going to take Adam Anderson, hidden development. Welcome to the team. And maybe Haskell Garrett will fall to me 8 picks later. Let's see. Let's see if we get that lucky. He'll be hidden development as well. And if he is there, I'm going to take him. Just improve the defense as far as youth is concerned. So he is still here. David Bell wouldn't be too bad either, low-key. We got A, catch and traffic, D, release. D, release, B, run block, D, short route. Do we draft a wide receiver? Yeah, why not? Let's draft David Bell, normal development, wide receiver. Just to bring another wide receiver in just in case. Because our third wide receiver right now is KJ Osborne, who's actually pretty solid. But I think other than that, I'm going to call it good as far as draft. And we're going to go straight to this next season and see what a Deshaun Watson-led Vikings team is going to look like. So this is what the offense is going to look like. It's, of course, Deshaun Watson backed up by Kellen Mond. You got Dalvin Cook, Madison, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne. David Bell is down there at 69 overall, who we drafted. Offensive line is pretty solid, like I said. Richie Incognito is the 1-year temporary right guard. And then taking a look at the defense, we got Anthony Barr, Kendricks, Quan Alexander, Harrison Smith, Mike Hughes, Josh Jobe, Dancer, AJ Boye, Marcus Williams, Derek Barnett, Michael Pierce Tomlinson, and Danielle Hunter. So, all right, man, this is our time to shine. Like I said, we're going to see how a Deshaun Watson team would look led by, or how a Minnesota Vikings team would look led by Deshaun Watson, if I should say that correctly. So, we're going to go ahead and celebrate this first season. Now Deshaun Watson is the quarterback here, and we're going to see if this team can make the postseason or not. So just like that, this team went on to win the division at 12-5. So great offseason, exactly how we wanted it to look. And we get to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here in round 1. So first year with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, and we already made the playoffs and won the NFC North, which is something I don't think the Vikings have done in quite some time, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the last year is. Obviously, the Packers have dominated that division for most of the time. So let's go take a look at the stats and kind of see how this team looked and kind of see where we were. As far as we were offense second in the NFL with Deshaun Watson and Justin Jefferson, and then 8th in the NFL in defense. So yeah, I think we did a pretty damn good job. Deshaun Watson, 39 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, came over and was immediately great for Minnesota. You love to see it. Dalvin Cook, of course, 1,600 yards. A healthy Dalvin Cook, man, if the man could stay healthy for all 17 games, he would be scary. And then receiving wise, KJ Osborne had himself a year. So all three of our wide receivers were 1,000-yard receivers, which is great. And then Irv Smith had 800, almost 1,000 yards. So almost 4 receivers in literally 1,000 yards. That's great. So everybody was pretty damn close. It's like you can't draw that up to be any closer. 2 yards away, and then like, what is it, 16 yards? That's crazy. All right, then take a look at the defense. Kind of see how we looked over here. Hopefully Danielle Hunter had a fantastic year. 8.5 sacks, 6.5 from Michael Pierce, 5.5 from Keek, 5.5 from Derek Barnett. So those 2 edge rushers we signed were actually pretty damn good for us. Quan Alexander had 4, Eric Kendricks with 2, and then interceptions wise, we had 3 from Mike Hughes, who we brought in, and then touchdowns, safeties, we didn't have any. All right. So again, we get to play Minnesota. We get to play Tampa Bay here in the first round. This is at US Bank Stadium, so we are at home for this game. So let's go ahead and see if we can go in here and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or not. Deshaun Watson in a Vikings uniform almost just looks right in my opinion. I don't know, man. If Minnesota is able to get Deshaun Watson, that'd be really cool. But again, we don't even really know what Deshaun Watson is going to be able to play or not. That stuff still isn't solved. But regardless, obviously we're doing a video on it, so why does it matter? All right, so Tampa Bay comes out here, scores immediately, 7-0. But we had the second best offense in the NFL. So can we please show that, Watson? I need you to come out here and score a damn touchdown or something. So we're down 17-0 early. So just typical Minnesota disappointment, I guess. 20-0. And are we really not going to put up a single touchdown in the wild card round? Are we serious right now? Are we actually serious? 27-0. We're actually going to get blown out. Are we? This is how it's going to go. Really? Oh, thank you, Watson, for putting up a touchdown at the very end. I appreciate you. You know what? I'm not even... What's the point of me even playing the rest of this game? Get me out of here. We obviously need to go to next year. So while we had a great regular season, it led to nothing in the postseason. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a very important offseason to try to bounce back from that. Because I loved what we did in the... Obviously in the postseason, or in the regular season, I should say. But in the playoffs, we didn't even put up a touchdown. I mean, we put up 1 at the very end. So... we have a little bit of cap space. AJ Boye, Richie Incognito were 1-year fillers, so probably won't be getting them back. You got Irv Smith Jr. Okay, what else do we got? All right, so not a ton. So probably the only 2 guys I'm really interested in is probably my center and Irv Smith. So let's offer my center a contract. Hopefully we're able to get him long term, and he's back. So got our center in Garrett Bradbury, and then Irv Smith Jr. Let's try to bring our tight end back, I guess. He is actually pretty solid for us, and he's back. So everyone else, I'm not really too worried about. Alexander Madison, I feel like could probably get a better opportunity somewhere else. AJ Boye and Incognito were like 1-year fillers, like I said. So not a ton of cap space at our disposal either. So it'll be interesting to see how we're going to improve this roster. I do want to take a look at what our team looks like, because obviously we did have quite a bit of veterans on our defense. So not really sure what everybody's overall is going to look like. But offensively, Watson is a superstar, which is great, I guess. Obviously used to be an X factor, but kind of stripped of that. So wide receiver core is still not a problem. Offense is really not the problem. I think we kind of need to focus more on the defense. So Adam Anderson is great. We need another nose tackle. The cornerback room isn't bad. And then Harrison Smith did go down a little bit. And then Eric Kendricks went down as well. So, okay. Like I said, I think they're 2 solid players that we can still keep for now. I'm not really sure we're going to be able to improve. We'll see what players we could cut potentially. I don't really know. We'll see. Mike Hughes, I mean, our cornerbacks aren't bad either. So it'll just be a waiting. It's just a matter of trying to get obviously as much as we can with a little amount of room. So let's go take a look at some players that could potentially cut away to maybe free up some money that might not need to be here. So let's see if that exists. So obviously we're not going to cut Watson. Makes no sense. Let's not do that. Harrison Smith, free up about 11 million. Michael Pierce. Is there anyone on the roster? Derek Barnett, we could free up like 4 million from those guys, but I don't think there's really anybody to cut away that makes sense for us. So we're pretty much stuck with what we got. We don't have a lot of picks, so this is going to be interesting. We need to fill quite a bit of positions with little amount of money. So let's try our best, shall we? So the one free agent we were able to sign is we got Montez Sweat over from Washington, obviously. So that is the one player we were able to add to our defensive line, but we really didn't need edge rushers. So offense is going to have to look like this. We're going to have a bad right guard unless we're able to draft somebody in the 3rd round that's really good. And this is what our linebacker core is going to look like. But of course, you have Montez Sweat opposite of Danielle Hunter. But now what I can do is I have Kingsley Keek and Derek Barnett, who were 2 solid players. Obviously, could move one of them to defensive tackle, but we're probably not going to do that. We're probably going to trade them now for a corner, maybe even a nose tackle. We're going to try to get a little creative here. I kind of wish I would have drafted Haskell Garrett now a little bit, because he could probably fill up that defensive tackle number 2 spot. But it is what it is. We brought in Montez Sweat, which I feel good about. And now we need to make some other improvements, obviously. So we're going to probably trade at least one of these guys to free up just a little bit of money and get someone here. So we really weren't able to trade either of those guys for anything. So instead, we're just going to have to pray and hope that we can either draft a nose tackle or a guard at this 3rd round pick that we have. So let's go ahead and see if we can get somebody to be somewhat impactful here. So we need one or the other. Defensive tackle or guard is definitely going to be our biggest need here. So we got Darnell Wright that we could maybe slide over to guard if we needed to, but I'm more than one. I mostly want a nose tackle. So the best one available is DeMonte here, B tackle, A hit power, A injury, F pursuit. So I don't know. He looks okay, but nothing crazy. And I guess I'll take a look at Darnell Wright, who we scouted quite a bit. C awareness, C impact block, F run block. So, I mean, it's the 3rd round. What can I expect? We're not going to get a crazy player. So I think I might just draft a nose tackle and hope he's somewhat decent. His college is not available, I guess, which is interesting. All right. Well, welcome to the team, my friend. And you are a hidden developed defensive tackle. Okay, we'll take it. We needed that pretty badly. So welcome to Minnesota. And now we can try to get a guard, I guess, at round 4, pick number 24. Maybe we can draft something better than we currently have at the moment. So Dante Lucas just went right before, which is unfortunate. But we'll see if we can get something here. So we got Darnell Wright, who slipped. So we might actually just draft him low-key. Move him to guard, I guess, because I don't really know what else to do here. So then we got Amari Thomas. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We also have Caden Wallace here. We could take a look at real quickly before we do that. A impact block. Okay, that looks good. A lead block. Actually, you know what? Caden Wallace, he actually looks pretty solid. He's got 2 nice A's there. So we'll take him, bring him in, and that's going to be it for us in the draft because obviously we didn't have a 1st or 2nd round pick this year. So this is what the team still looks like. We got a guard that was just 1 overall better than the one we had previously. So we have Dalvin Cook. We have a running back who I don't know how to say his last name. Just Jefferson, KJ Osborne, I'm Thielen, and David Bell. As we all know, Irv Smith. So offense doesn't really change too much, and this is what the defensive side of the football looks like. So we have Marcus Williams. I do want to go ahead and throw in, is that really my best lineup? Because I'd rather throw in the hidden development player. So we'll change that. I want to throw the hidden development player over this other guy. So we'll have that there. And this is going to be it. So we'll see how this is going to go. I mean, Deshaun Watson lead us to the promised land again. Hopefully get us to the postseason. But this time, let's actually, win a playoff game or 2. So here we are in the playoffs once again. As we went 10-7, we get to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So a little bit of a rematch here. But this time, we're actually going to win this time. I believe it. So we have somebody who is, saying one last hoorah. Who's the one? I got to see this. So playoff push for a veteran. Let's see who it is. We have Coach. I was going to say anything, but it feels like it might be it for Harrison Smith. Oh, no, man. Harrison Smith might be gone. Okay, Harrison Smith, we need to get you this playoff run. 10 morale. All right, let's go. All right, let's go take a look at stats real quick, of course, like usual. Did Gardner Minshew really just lead the league? Did I just see that correctly? Offense 10th in the NFL. And then defense was 31st. So defense was terrible. Okay, nice. Offense carried us. All right. Watson, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Rushing wise, Dalvin Cook, 700 yards, 15 touchdowns. Receiving 1,000 yards. And I guess our defense was pretty bad, but we'll take a look anyway. Sacks wise, we had 9.5 from Daniel Hunter. And the interceptions, we had 4 from Eric Kendricks. All right, man. I have to hold on. I really, really badly have to look at who led the league because I'm pretty sure I shall. Yeah, Gardner Minshew is the one we're playing right now. We're playing Gardner Minshew, who had 33 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Next time I do a Madden rebuild, we got to go for Gardner freaking Minshew to be our quarterback because, okay, led the league. So we're going to Tampa Bay this time. Let's see if we can get some revenge from last year and actually go out and score. You know, I have a lot of respect for Gardner Minshew, but I'll be damned if I lose to him in the playoffs. I mean, I got Deshaun freaking Watson. So, okay, Minshew, you look cool and all, but I got to take you out, please. Skip moment. Can we go out and score? That's already a better start than last time. It's 3-7 though. So 10-7 W. All right. Let's give a moment. Can we go up 17-7? No. 4-10 in the second. 17-7 W. Okay. Looking good. Minute 40 left. 17-7. And okay, nothing yet. And 20-7. That's a W. Okay. Come out in the second quarter and score. 20-14. Okay. Let's just put up some points, shall we? It is 23-14. Looking good. Get a stop. 21-23. And we are going to hold on the football the rest of the game. And we're going on to the divisional round as we beat Gardner Minshew and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like I said, I would be damned if I lost to Gardner Minshew. Deshaun Watson finally wins us a playoff game. We're on to the divisional weekend. Do we get to play the Philadelphia Eagles? And is that Baker Mayfield playing quarterback for the Eagles? All right, Lincoln Financial Field, divisional weekend. Yeah, this will be interesting. Baker versus Deshaun Watson. I mean, I had Gardner Minshew in the first round, and I'm feeling the same way here. I'll be damned if I lose to Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. So hopefully come out and just play great. 7-0 W 14. Whoa, okay. Love the start. 21-0. All right, Minnesota. I see you, Deshaun Watson. You out here doing your thing. 21-7, 28-7 W 35. I think we won as long as we don't do anything crazy. Like we shouldn't be able to blow a lead like this. I don't think. I think that would be illegal. So 42-17. Thank you, man. Again, I would have hated to lose to Baker Mayfield. Nothing against him. Would have sucked to lose to Gardner Minshew, and it would have sucked to lose to Baker as well. But hey, we're on to the AFC champion, or NFC championship, I should say. NFC championship. Well, I don't know who we're going to be playing, but thankfully we had Gardner Minshew in the first round, and then we had Baker Mayfield. Wonder who's next. So we're going up against another NFC East opponent. You guessed it, is the Dallas Cowboys here in the NFC championship. The king of Madden, obviously, as we all know. Dallas usually loves to get to the Super Bowl every year in Madden, just not in real life. So, all right, here we go. Let's see if we could come out here and beat Minnesota, or Dallas, I should say. Did they score immediately? No, they did not. So W, and now they did. 7-0. All right, can we tie it up? No, we cannot. 0-7. NFC Championship, 7-7. W, let's tie this. Oh, let's go up 14-7. Nope, they do. Okay, need to tie the ball game, and it's 10-14. Can we come out here and do something? No, we cannot. All right, third quarter, big drive here, and we're up 17-14. 17-17 tie ball game going into the fourth quarter. Dallas now has the ball. We need a response from Watson, and he's not there. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left on our, is this their 14-yard line or our 14? It looks like it's their 14. Yeah, a minute. Okay, this is a huge W. Great field position. We have Dalvin Cook, one of the best running backs in the game. We're just going to run the damn football, and I think I might have the gaping hole. Okay, 3 minutes left. We need to, obviously, we're just going to go straight back to Dalvin Cook. Just come in here, score a touchdown, Dalvin Cook. That's all we need to do. All right, I got stuffed. I'm not going to lie. All right. Dalvin Cook may not be the answer there. They're playing great defense. Let's go to reliable here. I usually love this play. Maybe we just run it. I kind of like the look I have. I'm going to go back to Dalvin Cook. This should be in there as long as, yeah, W. 17-20 or 24-24 now, as long as we don't miss the extra point, obviously. All right, man, this is going to be interesting. Let's see if we can get a stop. It's going to be 31-24, and we need to come out here and get a game-winning drive. All right, man. I actually love what the field position looks like right now. As long as I don't get sacked, I might be able to throw a dime to Justin Jefferson. Nope, it's not there. Gonna have to throw this away. Micah Parsons is about to sack me. All right, 24-31. We need a tying drive. Actually, low key, if the game allows me, I might go for 2. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see if it even allows me. Kind of like what Justin Jefferson's coverage looks like, but it's not gonna be there. Again, I'm throwing this away, man. All right, 2nd and 10. Nothing is there. We need some yards. Obviously, this is not looking good. So Justin Jefferson, Irv Smith, and then Osborne is kind of what I'm looking at, obviously. So I'm gonna take it to Irv Smith for those. 4th and 10. Okay. All right, we gotta lock it in. We gotta lock this in. This is not good. So, all right, we're gonna see if this can get there. Irv Smith, Osborne. I might just bomb to Jefferson, low key. I like the coverage is out there. Oh, Jefferson. I'm throwing it to him. Jefferson, come up with it. This is overthrown. Why are you overthrowing it, Watson? No, man. 50-50 ball. He overthrows it, bro. Like, throw it to a place that... Oh, that's so unfortunate. And we come up short in the NFC Championship and lose to the Dallas Cowboys. My life is over now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.